So I was at work talking about insecure with my coworker, and he says her friend Molly is so fucking ugly, and I'm like, Molly's not ugly because for me, my opinion of ugly, especially as I had gotten older and more mature, for me to call somebody ugly, they have to be like very ugly in their personality in addition to not being attractive to me, or they just have to be completely horrid in the face to where I'm like completely repulsed by your ass and I don't even want to fucking look at you. That's somebody who's ugly for me. Molly for me is an average looking woman, definitely not somebody who I would call ugly, but very attractive when she has the right wig, right makeup on. Molly has been in some terrible ass fucking wigs on this show. But other than that, she's an average looking woman to me. And he says, she not ugly, but she just ain't pretty enough to act the way that she do. And I'm just like, that's whack as fuck. Cause whatever reason, niggas are allowed to fucking be ugly in the face. They allowed to be subpar in the face. They allowed to be mediocre as fuck in the face. And still have this bravado about themselves to where they can walk around acting like Trey Songz. Like they look like Trey Songz. She be walking around acting like they look like motherfucking Keith Powers. She be walking around acting like they look like Mario. Niggas are allowed to act like that and be looking like every fucking bit of Kodak Black. Okay, look like the most ugly ass little yachty looking motherfucker. But you gonna sit up there and say Molly ain't pretty enough to act the way the fuck that she acts? To me, Molly does like her character has earned that in the fact that she did everything that she was supposed to do. She fucking graduated from high school, went to college, graduated from college, got earned a fucking law degree, which isn't fucking easy to earn, as most people will tell you who have actually passed the bar, went on to become successful fucking lawyers. Got out her parents' career, found her own fucking place, and is doing fucking well for herself. In addition to being, like I said, an average looking woman who looks really good with the right makeup and right wig. So the fuck are you talking about? And then, like, I had a conversation with my sister about the show, and she's like, "Oh yeah, her friend is so fucking ugly." Literally said like the same thing that he had to say, and I'm just like, "What the fuck is it about Molly?" I'm in this insecure Facebook group, and literally every episode, people are saying they fed up with Molly, they can't stand Molly, they tired of Molly, all this kind of shit. And for me, I'm like, there has to be something deeper to it than y'all just can't stand Molly's character because Molly, granted, she has her issues like everybody else on this fucking show, but everybody just wants to pile loads and gallons of shit on Molly's character for doing some of the most basic shit that most of us do every fucking day. And I'm like, does Molly get all this hate because people feel like she's unattractive? Would she really get all of this hate if she was Amanda Seals and Yvonne Orji's played Tiffany? Would that really be the case? Because it's just not making any fucking sense to me. But let's go ahead and get on into this episode. So the episode opens up with Issa super hyped about this black party. She rapping to herself. She got Skewed Boy Q and shit. But before she can continue on with her little rap, she is interrupted by a vicious knock at her door. She goes, a door unlocks, doorknob turns, okay, and there appears Trina's face, and along with the rest of the tenants, and these motherfuckers are pissed as fuck. And she like, "What's up, y'all?" And Trina goes, "Do I look like a fucking magician to you?" And Issa looking at her like, "Cause like, bitch, with this motherfucking turban you got on your head, okay, and this motherfucking studded ass robe on, looking like Destiny's Child, circa 2001, you do kind of like a fucking magician." So she bombards her way through bogards her way through Issa's door, goes to her sink and flips the motherfucking whatever that is, the lever up, no water's coming out. Issa, I don't know what, I'm not a landlord. I don't know if she forget to pay the bill, did she forget to send an invoice, whatever the fuck, she didn't do it. And the water was not on. And all her motherfucking tenants came through. That white bitch I noticed was from last season. She was the one who was telling Lawrence that he should always use protection after he done got the clap. So I was like, oh, that's cool how she resurfaced this episode as a tenant. But everybody's complaining. She like, motherfucker, do you live here? This motherfucker like Dante, he said he can't even Airbnb his apartment if he ain't got no water. A white couple is coming down for a goddamn jazz festival and they gonna be pissed. The tall, dark skinned dude said him and a dog he doesn't have is supposed to have a 24-hour notice. Excuse me. So Issa's like, look, I will handle it. Molly's on a date with Andrew, and everything is like super cute with them. And I guess it's finally nice to see Molly in the relationship because these past seasons, Issa has been getting all the love. Okay, she was getting the love from Lawrence to Daniel to Nathan. Now Molly is the one who finally has the man. And Issa ain't got the man, so she trying to throw her life into work. See how that happens? So everything's going on cute with them, and they're talking about trying to set up more and more dates. But Molly, she's working so much. She she hasn't really been able to see him, but he came over anyway to lay that shogun down on her ass. But Molly could just not get in the mood because work has been stressing her out. She has a lot of fucking work to do. She's very busy. And she's like, look, just give it to 9 o'clock and I will come down here and suck this dick like I love it. So he lays in the bed, he's chilling, and then before you know it, it's 1 o'clock. Okay, a whole 3 hours. Is that 3 hours? No, a whole like I said the first time, a whole 4 hours later, 4 hours and 42 minutes later, she's finally finished with her work, and she goes in, and Andrew is fucking knocked out. She's able to wake him up with bad kisses, and to her pleasure, he is already naked underneath one cover. So he wasn't planning on going back home because I was like, she lucky he didn't take his ass back the fuck home. Next scene, we have Issa in the car going to Issa, no. Issa is sitting at her desk and she's fucking doing more block party shit, and then she finally gets a call from somebody about the flyers that was supposed to be done, and Issa fucking pretends that she has an assistant. Like Issa, come on. I mean, Trina, I don't think Trina would accept that much payment from Issa, so I'm pretty sure Trina could at least be her assistant. Amal could have been her assistant, so because we don't even know what the fuck Amal does, aside from being gay. So she could have managed an assistant, but pretending to have an assistant and then Sapphire of all names, you know who I thought of when I heard that name? Sapphire from motherfucking Love, not Love and Hip Hop, Flavor of Love. I'm kind of telling my age, although I'm not that old, but she's like, okay, I'm gonna get back on it, and she calls Condola, and Condola does not answer the phone. Now, if y'all remember, last episode, Condola and Lawrence had a little heated discussion about the status of their relationship, and now she's not answering Issa's phone call. Hmm. So she can't get through to that bitch. She left a voicemail, an awkward ass voicemail in true Issa fashion, and then she texts her also to let that bitch know. Because sometimes you gotta go all the way there with the hoes. When they be trying to act like they ain't hear from you, they ain't get it. You getting a text message, bitch. You getting a voicemail because that fucking notification is irritating as fuck when you really don't want to be bothered with it. So sometimes Issa should have went the whole step further. She should have hit that bitch up on Twitter, IG, and Facebook, and wrote on her wall so everybody seen that she hit her ass up. Okay, and then if you come back and see that status on her wall is fucking deleted, then you know that bitch seen it. She just being a fucking hoe. That's what Issa really should have did. But after that, Issa is going to um, what was it? I guess they just wanted to see the baby. I don't know if it was like a little special baby human or whatever the case may have been. She's listening to Becoming Michelle Obama audio book, and she sees a perfect parking space. But right behind her, and I even checked to see was Molly actually behind her. She was in Issa's rear view. So Issa was the one not paying attention. But she tries to reverse on into that thing, and Molly's trying to go. She's trying to fucking go straight into that thing, and they both like stop each other from fucking having an accident, and they're doing like this little like I'm about to get into the parking space, bitch. And each and every time they're both like not giving up. They're not relenting. They are going for this parking space. So Issa finally gives up and allows Molly to have the parking space, which is something that I wouldn't have done. To me, this was the time for Issa to get up out of that car and be like, Molly, what the fuck is up? Because things are getting so bad with us that you are trying to take a parking space from me when you know it was mine. And the reason why I say that is because Molly was behind her. So she seen Issa trying to get into that parking space. She knew that Issa was going to park there, and she still insisted on trying to squeeze her ass on into there. She tried to slither her ass on up in that motherfucking parking space, and that was Molly being very petty. But whatever the case may be, Issa's probably non-confrontational, or she ain't got to that point where she's like to the point where she on season one at that fundraiser decided to just pull Molly to the side like, bitch, what the fuck is up? But for me, that would have been an opportunity. I would have got out that car and be like, bitch, we need to talk right now. Step up out the car because I may want to put hands on you also. Matter of fact, stay in the car, roll the window down so I can have the advantage to just go on your face and you can't do shit as you try to fucking open the door. But Issa decides that she was gonna do a circle around and find another parking spot. I wouldn't have done that shit. And on her way walking into Tiffany's house, she gets a random phone call from Nathan. He says he does that real. You know what? Let me just say this: the actor Kendrick Sampson does a really great job at playing Nathan, and I say that because although he didn't really give me that much swagger last season, he did give me some bit of swagger because Kendrick Sampson in real life is like super gay. Like if y'all ever like watched any of his Instagram videos or any of his Instagram lives, he is definitely like super gay, and that doesn't translate to his role as Nathan at all. So he's a damn good actor. But be that as it may, he does that super cool. I think it's so dope that you're doing a block party, and that kind of warms his heart because it was his idea to tell her to go against the grain and do shit, even if it doesn't make sense to anybody but you, and to go forward with the block party. So that makes her smile a little bit, and he says to her, oh, you ain't got to call me back or nothing. I just want to tell you congratulations, and I hope you're doing good. Anytime somebody says some shit like to you and then they finish it, but you ain't gotta call me back, they want you to call them back. So we'll see next episode if Issa calls him back. But I feel like, and I've said this before, I feel like next episode is going to be the block party, and all of her ghosts are gonna be popping up, and that's gonna be. I feel like that's gonna be TSA Bay. I feel like that's gonna be Neighbor Bay. I feel like that's gonna be Nico. I feel like that's gonna be motherfucking Folix. I feel like that's gonna be Daniel. I feel like that's gonna be Nathan, and I feel like it's gonna be Lawrence. I feel like Lawrence is definitely gonna be there, and the rest of the niggas gonna be there. I seen a picture on Kendrick Sampson's Instagram page with him and the actor Elon Noel who plays Daniel. I'm like, them motherfuckers ain't friends in real life. They took a picture together after they filmed the scene. Well, I guarantee you. So I'm almost certain all of them niggas gonna be in the episode. Next episode, they're gonna be in the block party episode, and Issa is going to be sick. Mark this video. Mark this video. Timestamp it because I guarantee that's gonna fucking happen. But her and Molly meet up, and she's like, "Bitch, did you find another spot?" And she's like, "Yeah, I found another spot. How you just gonna take my spot?" And now they're going back and forth and shit about the spot. And then Molly asks, "Now you I can't speak today. Did I leave my yoga mat at your apartment?" She's like, "Yeah, you did." And wait, no, she was like, "I'll check, but I'm so sorry about missing the last couple Sundays." Like, yeah, bitch, you've been missing everything when it comes to Molly. Okay, you've been so far braid hoes ass, and you got tunnel vision with this block party. You've been fucking Molly over on an emotional level. I peeped that, but she's like, I'm sorry about self care Sundays. You still want to do self care Sundays, and they're kind of like trying to convince each other that they still want to do it when they know damn well the rift between them is making them not want to do it the way that they used to before. Like they ain't did a self care Sunday since the second episode. We gotta be 5 episodes in, and they ain't fucking did a self care or a Sunday. But they go inside and they start talking. Derek is talking to Lawrence, and he has all this motherfucking player guilt. And I'm just like, Derek, I'm not buying it. You ain't fucked over nobody's daughter. You ain't do. The only way you fucked over somebody's daughter is if you bought them the wrong bouquet of roses. You bought them the wrong fucking ring. You bought them the wrong pair of Louboutins. That's the only way you fuck somebody over. Because Derek, Chad, yes, that makes sense. Even Lawrence makes sense. But Derek, you ain't do shit. I wasn't buying it at all. But he was like, this is my daughter. All those girls I fucked over with somebody's daughter. And niggas gonna be trying to finger fuck her and all this kind of shit. I'm like, please, dear, you ain't finger fucking nobody. You can't. Nobody can convince me he was. But Lawrence is like, man, he's just in awe that this baby has happened. I feel like for him, he was like, we're all in our 30s now. It's probably time for me to have a baby. And I can't remember what little quip that Derek gave him that had him uh, had had caused a revelation in his head. I really can't remember what little golden nugget it was. And I just watched this episode twice, but I don't really care about this shit to be honest. Fuck Morris. Issa, Molly, Tiffany, and Kelly are downstairs talking, and Tiffany was letting them know how fucked up her experience was in the maternity ward trying to have a baby. And I had caught wind to this how bad black women have it. First of all, I just thought it was so odd that they say black women have higher mortality rates giving birth than white women. I'm just like, well, why is that? Like, what's up with black women's bodies that having a child is so hard for them? You know what I mean? And even then, they say breast cancer is hard on black women than other women. So that's crazy to me. Also, why is that? But I was listening to Dead Ass by DeVal and Kadeen Ellis, and Kadeen even talked about how pregnancy was hard on her and childbirth was hard on her, and how she almost lost her damn life because for whatever reason doctors just do not want to believe that black women are actual human beings who experience pain. And Tiffany was like, "Bitch, I had a blood clot," and Derek had to cuss out 9 doctors before everything could just go swimmingly. I would have fucking gave it to him if I wasn't in a diaper, which, yikes. Like, ugh, yikes. But I just thought, like, a woman having sex after having given birth is just disgusting to me. But that's something real, and it's just like, man, we need more black hospitals. We need more black clinics. We need more black practices. We need more Dr. Jackies from Married to Medicine in the world. Why black women can go and have babies and don't have to be questioned or interrogated about what they're going through with their bodies while trying to give birth to a new body. That's just crazy to me. But um, Molly's like, that's so great. That's a real true partnership because it's like when it comes down to Andrew and I, like he understands that whenever I need him, he's always there. Molly was speaking out of turn because early in the episode, Andrew was just talking about how he didn't really see your ass, but now he always there for you. What you saying, Molly? And Issa, I feel like this is a little passive aggressive ass joke she made. Even like in the first season, she said being aggressively passive is what she does best. She's like, okay, Jada, you red table talking. And I think Molly caught on to that because she knows Issa long enough to know when she trying to fucking suck dick on the side. So she's like, bitch, I was just talking about how honorable it was with Derek and Tiffany's relationship. And she's like, I was joking. You wasn't joking, Issa, because you, just like everybody else in this living room, know Molly got the worst luck when it comes to men and relationships. So she the last bitch to be trying to talk about anybody's true partnership. That's what you were saying. Molly knew you were saying that. I knew you were saying that. Even Tiffany and Kelly knew. So you wasn't gonna get away with that. Um, um, Kelly is very curious about breast milk. I think she wanted to try it. I don't know why. Sounds disgusting. I think certain men don't even want to try breast milk. Like, I don't even think they want to suck titties when their pregnant girlfriends or wives are fucking lactating. But for whatever reason, Kelly's curious, and she asks Issa about it, and Issa's like, look, just say you want to try it. Meanwhile, Molly and Tiffany go upstairs, and Issa takes the opportunity to ask Kelly, like, bitch, has Molly said anything to you? Because she's just been acting so different lately. And Tiffany was like, Kelly was like, it could be anything, you know what I mean? But I can't remember what Kelly said, but, Lawrence, he calls Issa outside to talk. Meanwhile, Molly's upstairs saying the same thing to Tiffany, and Molly's just like, not Tiffany, but Tiffany was like, it's literally just a communication breakdown that y'all are having, which is true. Both of you motherfuckers are having all this shit, y'all bottling it all up, and neither one of y'all are being honest with yourselves, and you're not being honest with each other. Y'all just letting this shit fester, and y'all starting to resent each other. Similarly to the way that Issa let her frustrations with Lawrence whole bum ass um, fester, and she ended up cheating on him, which I don't even feel like that's exactly what it was because she cheated on him when he actually had a job and was actually in recovery. I feel like if they were gonna have Issa cheat in a way that made sense, they would have had her fuck Daniel early on before Lawrence started getting his shit together, like actually getting his shit together, because that didn't really make a lot of sense to me. But Molly's like, she's talking about I'm gonna be the old Molly when she's down there doing some old shit with Lawrence. Meanwhile, Molly again spoke out of turn because it wasn't even fucking like that. They down there just talking about some random shit, but I think in Molly's mind, she's like, look, especially when she seen Lawrence was leaving and Issa all of a sudden had to go. In her mind, she like, look, I told this bitch that this is fucking messy. Now her and Lawrence are getting cool, goody, goody, goody again. She probably waiting to give him more rides than Greyhound at any chance that he would give her, and it wasn't even like that. He went his separate way, and she had to go do something fucking else, block party related. But Tiffany is like, look, y'all just need to talk, pretty much. So, meanwhile, Issa and Lawrence are down there talking about the baby, how it looks more like Kelly, which was fucking hilarious. And he had something important to tell her because she had mentioned that Condola um, did not respond to her. And before he could tell her what it was, she got a call that let her know that Schoolboy Q had dropped out of excuse me, had dropped out of the fucking the block party. I don't know why I can't talk today. I haven't you know what? I haven't spoken a lot today. I think that's what it was. What it is. I like normally when I'm playing Xbox, I'm talking to my friends. I haven't spoken a lot today. I've been up here very quiet. I haven't really spoken to anybody past my mom. So that could be what it is. Bear with me in my bad speaking. But anyway, so Issa's all over the place, and she's like, I gotta go. And Lawrence is like, you know what, it can wait. Now, I don't know how I feel about that. Issa mentioned that Condola had spoke to her. You had something to tell her, but it wasn't serious enough for you to be able, for you to sit up there and tell her what it was. But it was Condola related to this bitch not answering the phone for Issa. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm not liking it at all. But Issa is frantic trying to find another fucking hairline. Molly and Andrew go on another date, and everything is cool until Molly tries to get some after date dick, and Andrew's like, "Look, I can't give you no after work date. I mean, after date dick." No, 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 no. I'm missing the scene. I try not to like do that, but really quick, Molly is actually at work with her two homegirls. I guess they didn't really take what she did with Tori in too harshly because they are actually working together, talking shit, and they are all swamped. I don't know what kind of fucking case they're working on, but Molly spoke out of turn to me in regards to Andrew again because she stayed making it seem like they had this really great relationship, and they did not. I can't remember all the details of their conversation, but for the most part, they were like super good. But what I will say, what I do remember about it is that when Benny had came in there and when he had left, Molly was like, I feel like he likes Abigail's. And the light skinned woman says, no, he can't like Abigail's because he's at an all black farm full of Negroes. And I'm like, bitch, please. Look at Tay Diggs. Did nothing but black films. We know Tay did some black films. I don't even think he's done too many white films. All white wives. Terrence Howard, all non-black wives. Motherfucking who else? I can't think of anybody else. But look at Jay Ellis, the character who plays Lawrence. White girlfriends, got a white wife, motherfucking, and a child by her. So I'm like, nah, I don't even feel like that bitch should even be on the show anymore. If that's the life you want to live, don't be trying to come over here and get money from us, but you want to live this white life with your white wife. I'm over that. But so Molly and Andrew go on a date, and she's trying to get that after date dick, and he's like, nah, because I made plans with Seth and whoever the fuck. And Molly got really annoyed by that, and he was like, I thought you would have had to do work, and she's like, but I'm with you now. He's like, how would I know? Every other time you stay having to cancel. Like she canceled on him earlier in the episode when she was at the Tiffany baby thing. and she got so in her feelings. And he was just like, he wasn't wrong at all. He was like, if there's a pattern to where you always have to cancel, you always have to work, rain check, postpone, whatever, of course I'm going to make other plans. I'm going to have backup plans because I'm not just about to be totally reliant on your flaky ass. And she was just thanking him for how flexible he was. But he like, I ain't flexing tonight. I want to have fun. I be trying to have fun with your ass, but you still got to work. Now, on the other side of that same token, Andrew, you are dating a lawyer. That's like dating a doctor and being mad 'cause they ain't got no fucking time with you. Like, you should have known that going into it. I did think that was a little, but he did have a point. Like, look, you ain't gonna be my be all, my end all, be all every night. If you got a history of just fucking canceling on me, I'm not about to spend the rest of my night in the house trying to see what the fuck niggas is on. I'm gonna know what niggas on because we don't make plans for that. But she got really in her feelings about it. He offered to cancel, and she was like, "Nah, don't cancel." Which was like mature of Molly, like for her to just hold that L, of him having to do something else. Because like Molly, now you gotta find something else to do. Maybe you should go fucking talk to Issa. So speaking of talking to Issa, Issa calls Molly later on, and she asks Molly a huge favor because her trying to find another headliner was just not working. I was thinking, shit, maybe she can go hit up Khalil from last episode, I mean last season, and he can get Spider to headline her shit. At least that's somebody. Use a connection that you actually have. I mean, even though on the show they ain't that close, they still knew each other from high school. And it's like not even entirely you doing it for free. I mean, she would be booking him as the headline and act. So Spider would get paid and she could even throw Khalil some money. But she didn't want to use that. She wanted the free motherfucking connect. So she gets on the phone with Molly, and Molly's thinking like, oh, she just want to call me and we, check up, touch bases or whatever. So Molly's trying to tell her about all the stress that she has going on, and excuse me, Issa kind of just like, yeah, girl, that's cool and whatever, but hey, I'm looking at this artist who signed to Live Nation. Can you like have Andrew go talk to him about being my headliner for my event? And Molly's just like, oh, bitch, you didn't give a fuck about what I was going through over here. You just want to call me and ask me for a fucking favor. And Molly's just like in between trying to be a good friend, but at the same time being fed up with Issa this season. And as am I with Issa this season. And this is about to become a whole thing because Issa is being weak as fuck to me. Because and then for her to just like pretty much just get off the phone without asking Molly how she was first, just saying thank you, I appreciate you, just because Molly didn't say she was going to do it. She said, I guess I could do it. Okay, get out of the should and live in the could. Speaking of which, where the fuck is Molly's therapist? We ain't seen her in therapy in almost 5 episodes now. What the fuck? But maybe if she was in therapy, we could see her being like the mature, bigger person this episode, and Issa just being the fuck up. But Issa is the fuck up to me because we have watched Issa every every week now just continue to blow Molly off. And Molly has been wanting to talk to her about Andrew. She's been wanting to just communicate with her and really have her friend. But Molly, like I said, Issa, like I said, has been so far up Bray Ho's ass and having tunnel vision about this block party. She's ignoring her fucking best friend. She tried to talk it out with her herself Sunday. She tried to talk it out with her on Pi Day. Every fucking instance she's had to try to talk to Issa about something deep going on with her, Issa just blows it off. And it was just so fucking tacky for Issa to just ask for that favor and then get off the phone. Like, bitch, you just called me just to try to use me? That was weak as fuck. And one thing that I had remembered from last season when they tried to fucking get offended that Tiffany didn't ask them to plan her baby shower. She was like, y'all weren't even excited about me being pregnant. Y'all didn't offer to throw me a baby shower or nothing. And they like, oh, I, Molly's like, oh, I was going going through law firms, and Issa was like, bitch, I was homeless. And Tiffany said, bitch, we always gonna have fucking life shit. And that's not an excuse for anything. And she was right in that moment. Like, especially as you get older, you are always going to have life shit. And that's not an excuse to fucking distance yourself from your friends or just get rid of your friends. That's some whole shit to me. Because as friends, and if you want to maintain friendships with your friends, you have a responsibility to do your part. You can't be saying like we all have life shit that we going through. And for you to use that as an excuse, that's an excuse because you being a whole ass friend. That's really what that is. So Issa to me has been weak as fuck the way she's been treating Molly. Just treating her like somebody she can just hang with on the side when Condola's around. Just treating her as somebody she can hang with on the side when the block party business is all said and done. Molly's a lawyer. Molly has fucking shit she has to do too. But where was she? She was at that mixer, wasn't she? She was at this Tiffany thing. She's still talking and communicating with everybody. But Issa, she got all this life shit going on. She only want to talk to Molly when she needs something. Bullshit. I'm not having it. Fuck Issa. And you got all these people in this insecure Facebook group talking about how trash Molly is when Issa this season is being the very epitome of a selfish and trash friend. And like I said, I feel like all you motherfuckers who's hating on Molly, y'all feel like I feel like y'all are hating on her because y'all are bothered by the way that she looks. She ain't pretty enough to y'all to warrant the way that she acts. So y'all wanna just shit on her. I ain't having that shit. But Molly says, I guess I could do it. They hang up against that. So Molly goes to Andrew's house to fucking talk to him and apologize for last night. And she's like, you know, I know that things have been crazy with us, but I never actually been in a relationship long enough to actually balance it out in my life. But I want to try to work things out with you. And he felt the same way. He wants to work things out with Molly. He doesn't want to see this relationship go to waste. They made up. It was cute. It was cool. And she's like, you know what? You are my main priority. So, and I'm like, yeah, maybe date night isn't really going to be a thing. Maybe it's sleepover night all the time. So where, like, even though we're not actually going out to see each other, we're still seeing each other regularly. Could be a problem if it's too fast, but it's still something. Issa is trying to get psyched about this block party when Molly calls her and she's just super excited. She was like, "You're my best friend," all that shit. She was like, "You actually let me finish this time without hanging up." That was funny. But she was like, "So what did he say?" She was like, "You know what? I didn't ask him, and I'm not going to. I want to keep these two facets of my life very separate." And Issa's like, "Okay, well, I got work shit to do now." And even still retreating from the issue of the rift in their friendship. If another time really wasn't a time, that would have been the time now. But both of these motherfuckers are internalizing all this shit. They're compartmentalizing all of this shit, all this resentment, letting it fester, not being grown ass, mature adult women, being able to fucking handle issues amongst themselves within their friendship. So she hangs up, she's all despondent. And I feel like in Molly's situation, yes, she could have just went ahead and did that. She also could have try to jumpstart the conversation of the issue in their friendship, but she didn't. But I do understand what she's saying. She's like, look, I don't want to fucking create a problem in my relationship with this man by trying to get something out of him. And I agree with her because at this moment he's not trying to get something out of her. And in Issa's back to that when she was talking about Schoolboy Q pulled out and Molly was asking all those questions, like, bitch, you're forgetting that Molly is a lawyer. So if he did some whole shit, if he broke the contract on his end, but you upheld everything on your end and you could sue him and you can use me to do it instead of trying to use me to find you a new headliner through someone else. But whatever. So Issa's just over it. She's down in the dumps and you can see that she's like, wow, my best friend didn't even help me with this block party. And she know how important this is. She know everything I got going on with it. But bitch, your best friend also told you how messy it was for you to try to be friends with Lawrence and Condola when Lawrence is your ex and he's dating Condola. And now that bitch ain't answering your phone call because because she and Lawrence had gotten to it. And that's what Molly was telling you about. That's exactly what the fuck she was telling you about. And even I said that in my early videos, like you don't know how that bitch is gonna be to be trying to be friends with her. She just kept it business related. It never even should have gotten to the point where Tiffany would have been there to tell you, to tell her that Lawrence was your ex in front of you. Everything should have been done by emails, really. If we're keeping it like that, there's no need to really be each other's friend. It should have just been a business relationship altogether. But like I said, that bitch ain't answered your phone call, and you got mad at Molly for saying that you like for shit to be messy. This is the messy shit that she's talking about, Issa. This is exactly fucking that. And even though you didn't do anything to prompt her to be, because she on some fuck shit, but she on some fuck shit because, and you didn't see it coming because you don't really know that bitch like that. Even though you didn't do anything, this is still the messy shit that you walked into, that you didn't walk out of. Because, like I said, if that's the case, you could be like, you know what? I need to find another bitch like Condola to replace her, and I don't have to work with this bitch at all. But that's my review, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Y'all all have a great night. I don't really have no spiel the way the girls be having spiel at the end. Y'all want to subscribe, please do so. If y'all want to like, share, comment, all that good stuff, do so. If not, I'll still be here next week.